What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. Today we're doing some Pirate Rumble action. I haven't actually done a Pirate Rumble video in a hot minute, but today we're going to be covering a character that I actually pulled from like a random legend ticket not too long ago. Okay, I got it completely messed up. It wasn't a random legend ticket. You guys saw exactly what it was. It was from the April Fool's event. I completely forgot where I got this character from. But the Christmas legend Uta, I'm actually really excited to jump into this one today. I was also talking with Stump D Garcher as well yesterday, and he was mentioning, have you had a chance to use this character in PvP yet? I haven't really given her a shot, but I have seen a ton of strength teams use this character, so I'm actually really excited to jump into this one today. So before we do that, I want to just kind of break down what this character does to see what this character's value is to the strength team. So you can see that with the Rumble ability, it gives your strength allies 6 HP, 6 speed, and 6 defense, which is already very good. But then on top of that, for the first 20 seconds, this character gets level 5 CT speed increase for herself. Now that's really interesting when you look at the fact that her CT is naturally at 20. So giving such a huge amount of special CT for Uta at the start of the quest is a big deal when you read what her special does. So her special ability, as we said, 20 CT. Your strength allies get level 7 attack, speed, and defense all for 25 seconds. Enormous buffs. And then it targets your strength allies, not including herself, for a 20% CT reduction. So it essentially speeding up their specials by 20%. And then also targets teammates with 50% or less HP for a 300 HP interval auto healing. Nothing really too crazy there with the healing, but it's the massive buffs and CT reduction at such low natural CT. It's such a great asset to have to the team. She also does have a Super Rumble special. You have to be hit 3 times. The effect gives a 40% CT reduction, and then level 10 buffs for 30 seconds is crazy. If you have her at level limit break 5, what do you get? It's a 50% cooldown reduction. Wow. Okay. Interesting. The level limit break is not that important, but still, being able to potentially get that is quite good. So that'd be nice to showcase that today. She herself also evades Special Bind and gives Dex damage reduction by 30%. So we'll go ahead and run her in a strength team, of course. And obviously, the way we want to use her is to use her special to facilitate high damage characters, i.e. New Year's Luffy or Film Red Luffy, as well as Legend Kuma. Those are the ways you would want to be abusing this to give those characters the best opportunity to do as much damage as possible as fast as possible. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. So jumping into our first opponent here is going to be against the more modern looking shooter team. Now, I don't know if this is the most optimal looking shooter team out here, but it does have a lot of the more recently released units, and these units do have synergies between them. So I decided, you know what, I'll go ahead and see what kind of matches I can find on my daily runs, and this was one that showed up, so I thought, let's test this team against it and see how it performs. Now, this is the only team I think that I actually run in this manner. What I end up doing is I end up shifting the team from this point onwards, where Final Tap Kid, I take him off of the bench and replace him with Legend Jack, and then I put Jack on the front line to ensure that we get like those big health cuts, so that it will make sure that Kuma and Luffy's special are going to have a much higher chance of getting knockouts. So that's what we end up doing moving forward. We do still have Sanji on the team to proc the ability of Kobe, which is going to be really nice. The great synergy here between all of these characters. And then of course Uta being able to launch her special to reduce the cooldowns of our units is just so massive. Moving on to our next fight is going to be against the Avalo Pizarro challenge fight. This one, when it first came out, was really challenging, but considering how good strength teams are now, especially with the release of 6+ Kuma, this team has gotten a lot easier to take down. But even without like a really good team, this is going to be a pretty challenging fight either way, but it's just the fact that strength has a natural advantage against Dex teams. Although I do say that, you can definitely find yourself in a weird situation where this is a really, really difficult team to get down. The combination here we go with Uta being able to charge our specials, and we see Kobe is ready to go next. If we get lucky with Kobe being able to haste the right characters, we can just absolutely wipe the floor here. We get really good luck. Jack going first to provide health cuts. Then we have Kuma, which can come in, which does his massive range of damage, and then targets 2 or 3 units for damage through defense, which is just so strong. And then of course being able to have Luffy in here as well, coming straight after Kuma so that the bench units don't come on, so we can guarantee knock out all of these units, leaving just the bench. And I mean, they've got Pell, which can do some good damage. They've got Big Mom, which can be quite threatening, but we've got a full team of characters here still, so it's not even going to be that bad because Uta's going to be here to charge our specials. Kobe can charge our specials as well. We're going to be able to get our specials back and we're just going to win. Like, it's just really not a problem at this point. So against the Dex-focused teams, I just don't know what they do against these types of squads anymore. Strength definitely got some nice buffs here, and Uta's definitely a big part of this. You could definitely replace Uta with whatever you want, but this Uta not only giving the CT reduction, but also providing such massive stats to our units, making them hit harder and tank hits a lot easier. I definitely wanted to test this team out against a slasher team. Now, albeit this is not the quote-unquote best slash optimal slasher team, but it is still a good team either way because it is the challenge difficulty content. These characters will typically have higher statistics. They've got a bench full of legends as well. So while it does look quite threatening, once again, if you have this combo where you have Uta go to launch cooldowns, you've got Kobe which can launch cooldowns, haste our characters, Jack for health cuts, and then you're really just banking on the massive damage of Monkey D. Luffy and Bartholomew Kuma to carry you through the content. And it really worked that well. The only real interesting situation, I guess, is going to be how it's going to perform in Grand Party. Because this strength team is very, very good. So I do think that this team does have potential because I guess the only team that I really wouldn't want to use this team against would be a Quick team because Quick have natural advantage versus Quick with characters like versus Sakazuki. They can just do absurd damage against strength units, and a lot of them will have really weird niche abilities that will specifically work for strength teams. And even like 6+ Sober Mask coming out recently has really good special ability that can take down your strength opponents. But also I wouldn't want to go up against a really good optimal int team because, you know, obviously they could run characters like Nami Karina. They got Blackbeard, which can nerf your cooldowns, which is a big downside. If your cooldowns get reversed before you can, you know, launch your big specials, then it's just kind of over. You know, you lose that snowballing effect that this team can provide. The final team is going to be up against the S-Bear challenge difficulty content. This is going to be really fun as well. The enemy does have the Wano Law, which can debuff the special CT of Powerhouse and Driven characters on our team. So Kuma and Luffy actually are receiving debuffs in this fight where they have less special CT, which does definitely hurt. However, despite the fact that they do have less special CT, it doesn't really reverse the fact that Uta and Kobe can still provide a CT reduction with their special abilities. So, you know, even though it's going to be a little bit harder to launch the specials, it's not going to be as bad because of these specials being able to charge their specials a lot faster, which is a really big deal. So overall, I definitely actually like this. I think that Christmas Uta is a valid unit that you would want to use on your strength team. Would I go as far as to say that it is an optimal choice for a strength team? I think it might be, to be honest. I mean, having this really crazy ability to grant such significant stats, the fact that she gives herself special CT, level 5 special CT at the start of the quest for the first 20 seconds, so that she can launch as fast as possible to give some very efficient CT reduction and stats that can last for a long time, because Uta is always going to be pretty much the first character to launch a special on your team, which of course gives you 25 additional seconds of attack speed and defense, the CT reduction, and then if you have characters that are on low life, she can also provide a bit of like interval healing to those units as well. I really like this unit. Honestly, really good unit in Pirate Rumble. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this one down below in the comment section. Really hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.